Who is our real enemy actually? When Taliban came to Afghanistan, people thought that we have lost Afghanistan. Chanakya was that you have to destroy your enemy from roots. See, out of 24 hours in a day, just give 10 seconds for your nation.
Namaskara, Colonel Chaturvedi sir. It's an honor to welcome you to Spark Igniting Minds. With your esteemed background as an air defense officer and your significant role in the Rashtriya Rifles, you are the best person I feel to offer insights on the escalating tensions between India and Pakistan. I also fondly remember our time in one Goa Girls Battalion where I was your Adam officer and we were discussing many topics, out of which geopolitics was one of them. Those conversations still stay with me, sir. And welcome again to this wonderful platform, Spark Igniting Minds.
Thank you, Sahana. I remember we used to discuss a lot of things when we were together in one Goa Girls Battalion. And I remember geopolitics, then political conditions in the country, also various aspects of defense life, NCC, how we can improve, and on various subjects we used to discuss. So I'm happy that today we have got a chance to discuss on the burning topic of the day, that is the conflict between India and Pakistan. I am a middle level officer of the Indian Army, but I do have my views like many others have.
Yes, sir.
So that's how I see it, right? How I perceive it.
Right, so that's wonderful. Being your Adam officer, I had a great time in Goa. Let me begin with our first question to you. It's on post-Pahalgam tensions. Sir, the recent massacre in Pahalgam was so barbaric and the whole country went into a shock. It has once again exposed the deep fault lines in Indo-Pakistan relations, I can say. How do you assess the current dynamics, the conflict dynamics between India and Pakistan in the wake of these events?
Actually, my perception is, first thing is that why Pahalgam happened.
Correct.
So, you know, it was a brutal killing of innocent people, unarmed people. And actually it is heinous to kill someone who is not armed and to kill someone who had no fault of theirs.
Yes, very innocent citizens.
Yeah, and that too based on their religious belief. So such a thing we have hardly heard in the world. Such massacres should be highly condemned.
Correct.
But thing is why it happens. Who is our real enemy actually? So in my perception, Pakistan Army is the real enemy of India. And I feel that Pakistan Army is not only enemy of India, Pakistan Army is also enemy of its own country.
Okay.
Since so many years, last 60-65 years, it has separated Bangladesh, East Pakistan from Pakistan. In name of confrontation with India, the generals, the senior officers have amassed huge amount of wealth and they have exploited the sentiments of Pakistan people. Pakistan economy, Pakistan's culture, Pakistan's international relations, all have been shattered because of the bad planning or the interference of the military of Pakistan. Now there may be 3-4 reasons why this was done. I feel firstly that there was lot of awakening against Pakistan Army in Pakistan.
Okay.
Then you have this PTI of Imran Khan rising against them. The economic condition of Pakistan, the people realizing that Pakistan army is eating most of its resources.
Correct.
The realization that Pakistan army should not interfere in the day-to-day running of the country. Then lot of problems, internal problems like Balochistan, like Afganistan or Khyber Pakhtunkhwa area. Then you have also problems in Sindh. So now to bring the whole country behind the army to create a threat perception from India. General Munir of Pakistan, as the reports go by the international media and also some documents available, he planned this attack. And probably he thought that once he does this thing, so there he may gain in two ways. That is, one is he will get sympathy in own country.
From his own country.
And his image will go up.
Right.
He will get support from the country which was having so many internal problems. At the same time, there may be, internal problems on religious grounds in India.
Okay.
That is the backlash on minority in all of the country. And so I see these things, these regions as why the Pahalgam happened.
Okay.
But probably from their past experience, when other instances took place and we had Balagod strike and all, so probably they thought that Indian retaliation will be limited. But this time we had a big and huge retaliation.
Yes.
And we were almost offensive.
Correct.
As far as air and
air defense system.
defense powers are concerned.
Yes, sir.
And we struck their infrastructure, militant infrastructure.
Almost 8 terrorist spots were.
Yeah, 9 of them.
9 of them were
We killed
targeted.
around 100 of the militants.
Yes.
And then when the Pakistan retaliated or tried to fight back, and they sent huge amount of drones. They also fired missile. They also used Chinese aircraft. So we pounded their airfields, 11 of the airfields, and destroyed them.
And this time we should be very happy. At least 5 very, very prominent terrorists were killed. Even that terrorist group.
So we killed 5 of their prominent militants. Not only that, we killed around more than 100 of their militants.
Okay.
And also did a huge damage to their airfields. And in fact, none of their drones and none of their missiles or the aircraft could cross the border.
But we took a lot of care not to affect the civilians of the Pakistani civilians.
That was the strategy generally we have in our concept, that we are not like Pakistanis. So we don't try to kill the innocent civilians.
Yes.
So our aim was to target the terrorists and their infrastructure.
Infrastructure only.
And
we did not even touch the military.
We even did not attack the
military stations.
But when they tried to retaliate or when they tried to answer in terms of sending so many drones and strike our targets,
right, sir,
and they also fired missile, then definitely we had no option but to attack their airfields.
That was a wonderful perspective, sir. Coming to the South Asian geopolitics, I can call it as a calculus of geopoliticals. In any conflict between India and Pakistan, South Asian nations has a role to play, like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal and Bhutan. They are very quiet, but they play a significant roles. So how do you perceive their geopolitical stance and potential influence in de-escalating or intensifying such conflicts?
South Asian countries, basically Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, Maldives, Bhutan. Now these countries are very small countries.
Okay, sir.
And they hardly have any significant military power.
Correct.
So, but what in the recent days have taken place is that China has taken a lot of interest, like in Nepal, like in Sri Lanka, Maldives, Bhutan. But India by its diplomacy has been able to keep its foothold in all these South Asian countries.
Okay, sir.
So as far as the relations with these countries are concerned, India has got good relations.
Very good relation, yes.
And as far as military aspect is concerned, none of these countries is ever going to support Pakistan. Geographically, they are aligned to India.
Okay.
So geographically, they are not aligned to Pakistan. This is one region. Secondly, India with its economic power has been helping these countries. It has been spending a lot of in Bhutan, and it has helped Sri Lanka in recent.
There was a lot of political turbulence in Sri Lanka. Yes.
And it has helped during economic crisis.
Correct.
Of Sri Lanka. Maldives, we had very good relations, but recently because of the regime change, so we had a dip in the relations, and we had some army contingent there which were told to move back. But then again, because of economic pressure and because of our diplomacy, the relations are getting normalized. So as far as Pakistan and whereas India is concerned, militarily there is no role as far as SAARC is concerned, but yes, diplomatically role is there. They can always condemn such acts like Pahalgam. They can come out in favor of India saying that since we are part of SAARC, so such a heinous massacre, such a heinous
they have all condemned the
killing of
barbaric massacre that has happened.
So that is what they can do.
Correct.
But as far as resource and equipment assistance to
we are better off.
So we have good relations with them and we don't have to worry about that.
Okay, sir. That was really very interesting what you said. Let us talk about the global stakeholders like Afghanistan, Iran, US, China, Russia. So these are the several global powers which have deep-rooted interests in South Asia or in India. So how do you see this, sir? If you analyze the roles of these countries in influencing outcomes of an Indo-Pakistan conflict, how do you see it?
See, Afghanistan is already having a lot of problems with Pakistan.
Correct.
So it does not accept Durand line. So already they are in conflict. Initially, people thought that India has lost Afghanistan. India, when Taliban came to Afghanistan, people thought that we have lost Afghanistan. But our diplomacy succeeded, and today
succeeded in Afghanistan.
Is, and today we are good friends. And in fact, the western front of Pakistan is now in troubled area, and the Taliban of Pakistan and Taliban Afghanistan, and they have colluded, to create troubles in the northwestern front, northwestern areas of Pakistan, and that way, if India plays its cards diplomatically and very effectively, then India can always create trouble on the western front of Pakistan.
Okay.
And Afghanistan always play not a very significant role, but a role which can always trouble Pakistan on western front.
Okay.
That is what I feel.
Okay. Then coming to other countries like Russia or...
Russia has been good friend of
India always.
So, Russia has a lot of grudge against Pakistan in my perception, because when Russians came to Afghanistan, it was Pakistan who fought on behalf of US and Americans and caused a lot of casualties to Russians.
So they are always against Pakistan.
So, in their hearts of hearts, they are always against Pakistan.
Right.
Though Pakistan tried to make some amends with them, and try to get into good relations. But then those relations have not, moved to a significant status.
Sir, when we talk about eliminating terrorism as from the source itself, and you have seen counter-insurgency from a very close quarters also, do you believe that Pakistan-sponsored terrorism can be eradicated completely? If so, what would it realistically take in terms of both military and diplomatic strategy?
See, I'll just explain to you an old incident. I was a young captain and I was doing some duty in JNK. So this one brigadier came to me to meet me. So we had lunch together and he just asked me, youngster, do you think this militancy
will end?
So I said, in my perception, sir, I think it will not get over.
Right.
But you can reduce it
Right.
to a large extent. So he said, how? So I said, sir, I think one of the thing which we can do is that we have to be offensive.
Okay.
So he said, what do you mean by offensive? Should you go for war? So I said, not war. But we can always be offensive in terms of, carrying out, fighting this in the enemy's land. That is, you can carry out operations in enemy's land. The way he's doing to you, you can retaliate in the same manner. And then also by gathering a lot of, international support and being diplomatic, diplomatic offensive. So there was just a short answer to his question. So basically I wanted to say that what he is doing to us, we should pay him in the same coin, same manner.
And much more.
Yeah, but
Very
now
intense retaliation.
that was when I was talking to him as a Capt.
Capt, yes.
But now I feel that the terrorism is very difficult to totally wipe out.
Correct.
Because you will always find some supporters across the border and some supporters within one country. So in some or the other form, it will be there.
So this has been a breeding country.
Yeah.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
Terrorism ke liye.
Yeah, it is a breeding country. And then thing is that the terrorists, they can strike at will. I mean, you cannot make everybody stand with a gun to face terrorists all 24 hours.
Yes.
So their planning is at their will. So they strike at the time of their will, place of their will. So some terrorist activities may happen here and there. But we can reduce it to the minimum. If you see the situation few years back in our country, we used to find that bomb blast is going on in so many cities.
Bombay,
Delhi, so many cities and trains. But they have all stopped. So this means we have been able to stop it. And the shootouts, so many.
But in Pahalgam, how did those terrorists, I mean, there is a local support, I feel.
That's what.
If that was, okay.
Pahalgam, I'll come a little later. I'll just come ki how the whether it can be eliminated or eradicated. So it can be minimized to a nearly zero level. I will not say 100%.
Okay.
Can be. So maybe later on, but this is my perception as on it. So so many blasts and shoots and shootings and all those used to be there, but that is not there now. So basically now it is the terrorist activities in JNK, Punch area or Jammu area and all those things. All these areas are being, they are affected by terrorism. Now terrorism, there are number of ways to stop it.
Okay.
Or you reduce it. So these steps are international level, national level.
Okay.
So if you ask me, it's a huge topic.
Right.
Because the enemy, you have to think in terms of destroying the enemy country which is producing these terrorists.
Okay.
How you destroy, how you damage them so much so that it is not able to have that much of resources, that much of
they have to financially fund the
so viable for them to train them and send them. All those things are
the country itself has to be
somehow it has to be, you have to make him so weak. So this you can make weak Like you have to be militarily strong, you have to be
economically strong,
you have to be diplomatically strong,
correct,
you have to isolate that country. Things are going on, and in my
and with all other countries you should have a good relation.
Definitely,
Huh.
definitely.
Yes.
You have to expose this country. You have to fight this country at each and every step.
Correct.
You have to fight them in your Security Council. You have to fight him in UNO. You have to fight him on economic measures.
Correct.
Okay, stopping it. Help from World Economic organizations like whatever
Forums.
Asian Development Bank or whatever help is getting from them, and you have to isolate it. So you have to try to totally destroy it economically. You may not destroy it, but you can definitely put him in such a fix. And then my perception about this country, Pakistan, is that you should plan to divide this country in 2 or 3 parts.
Like how they are doing it in India.
How they are trying to do it in India.
Like Khalistan they are supporting. Then
so
Bodo, Assam.
right.
Yes.
So they are creating problems.
They are creating.
But then you see we are a large country and we have much more resources. And India, in my way, is a very mature democracy.
Correct.
It's not like Pakistan army. When there is a problem, they just go out all their guns. They will bombard their own citizens. We are not like that. JNK problem, there was a time when people used to think it's very difficult to hold it. But we, acted very maturely. We raised forces. We had integrated command. So there were so many changes which were brought. And at one stage, we were killing terrorists. But at the other side, army was helping the civilians. At one stage, we were after the terrorists, but at the other way, we were helping the civilians, helping them in every sphere of life. So this way, we have been able to hold, JNK. In Northeast, there were so many problems.
So army is always holding the hands of the citizens, and again it is going against terrorism also.
So in Northeast also,
yes,
our policy has there are so many problems in Northeast.
Correct.
Now they had reduced to minimum.
Correct.
So there are sometimes it happens, but we have been able to reduce because we have handled these insurgency problems in a very mature manner. It has not been a totally military solution. It has been combination of military as well as you can say elected democratic government measures to bring these people to mainstream.
Okay.
So by helping them economically, like 370. So after removal of 370, the economic progress taken place in JNK, and a lot of people now want to be with India. Now they are seeing the fruits. So they are seeing the fruits of development.
Correct.
So this was in fact one of the reason that Pahalgam happened, because since the JNK was coming to normalcy, so the other side wanted to again create a problem to internationalize the issue. So besides other problems, besides other regions which I discussed before, this was also one of the regions that they carried out this attack. So in my perception, we should plan to, dismember.
It's already in shambles, sir, but still I don't know how they come up with some terrorist activity.
Terrorist activities do not take much of economic, support. See what is happening in...
They are brainwashed completely.
Yeah, definitely. So what is happening in Pakistan is now Balochistan is one issue. Sindh is also having some problem. And then we have Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. There is also some problem. Now, if we somehow, through diplomacy, whatever we can do, what resource help and whatever we can do, if we somehow even separate Balochistan from Pakistan, we will, be able to put a lot of pressure on Pakistan. Then Pakistan mainly it's Punjab. So if Balochistan separates, so the importance of Pakistan goes down. The resources of Pakistan go down. And in this manner, over a period of time, there definitely be reduction of terrorism from the other side.
So what you say is using intelligence, using strategy, using diplomatic this thing, and breaking down Pakistan.
Yes.
We can
That
achieve
should
that.
be-
We can eradicate, not eradicate. At least we can reduce terrorism.
That should be
Yes.
our that should be our aim. That should be
Yes.
our aim.
Hmm.
That in my perception is the only solution.
Okay. We have to break them down completely in all ways.
7%.
Socially, politically.
And then if Sindh over a period of time also separates, then what is left?
Correct.
So where is the depth?
Hmm.
There is no depth. If you attack Pakistan, they have no depth.
Hmm.
You can reach with your guns and your missiles, you can reach in every place.
Hmm.
And if you reach Lahore and after that, they don't have any depth.
So this time what they have done is Operation Sindoor is something which is really, I mean,
This time
commendable. A commendable job.
Definitely commendable, and we have retaliated massively this time.
Yes, massive.
But still a lot of things has to be done.
Yes.
And I was talking to you regarding diplomacy, like you're talking about Iran and West European countries and US and all that. So though so many countries may not support Pakistan, but we have to be diplomatically offensive. Diplomatically offensive means we have to be in constant touch with all our friends, and we have to be friends with the countries which matter, and we have to constantly ensure that Pakistan is isolated, and this we have been doing it.
We have been doing it.
Continue it. So in case of future military conflict, so we see that except one or two countries, we do not.
I very much accept this perspective of yours, like that we have to really break down Pakistan. So in many of our conversations also, you have always highlighted that there is lack of long-term strategic vision.
Yeah.
You have always emphasized on that. Could you elaborate on that? So where are we falling short?
Yes.
And what kind of strategic framework India must have?
See, I am a very middle level
Army
officer.
Yes.
And
but still you have.
I may not. I may not advise India should do, but do as an officer or as any citizen of the country. I do have my
opinion.
And I personally feel that, see, when I talk long-term strategic thinking, I mean to say ki you see which country after 20 years what relations we may have. For example, I give you example of Bangladesh.
Okay.
So there is this chicken neck which has got minimum width of 22 kilometers, and then a lot of people are talking about this chicken neck. If you cut this chicken neck, then northeast will be separated from India. Then this Yunus is going to China, and then some people are from Bangladesh are threatening. So when we knew that this chicken neck 22 kilometers in future can be threatened, and it can have a very far-reaching consequences in times to come.
Okay.
Then we should have planned 20 years back only to how to safeguard it.
Yes.
And how to safeguard it? Then we should have planned to divide Bangladesh in two parts. One adjoining chicken neck, and where we would have dominated that area, our own, with whatever diplomatic domination or security forces domination, or had it separated to, or somehow separate that area. So we had, like, what does the USA does? It does only this much. It always.
So there was no planning.
And we plan now. We are thinking.
Now we are thinking of that.
Had we separated, or had we taken some Arakan army, Burma, we should have collusion with Burma to create some land from Bangladesh. So that is what I now say. The problem is coming now. You started thinking those stuff. But had we thought 20 years back, sometimes what happens in international affairs, even if you are a good friend of a country, but your country's thinking or your country, what does your country, how your country can be secure, that matters more. So even if you are friend with Bangladesh, then also you could have planned how to make this chicken neck secure. And how to separate Bangladesh in a manner that territory adjacent to Bangladesh is very favorable to India.
Sir, when coming to Bangladesh, whatever you are speaking, so how is our relationship with Bangladesh now? Because I don't, it's going so.
So they were good.
But nowadays, after
and radicalization of some people and
now they are even, cursing India for giving this thing to Sheikh Hasina, isn't it?
Those are, you are right. But those are all diplomacy, If she has come to India, India will not refuse. But India won't support us in Bangladesh. Awami League is there, JP is there, and Yusuf would like to, they would like to finish off Sheikh Hasina. But India, as on now, you can say, is planning as to how to further improve relation with Bangladesh. And I think because of some economic measures, it has already got economic setback, Bangladesh. And I think after because of this Pahalgam incidents, the focus has gone on to.
And so many Bangladeshis are coming to India and
Pakistan. So I feel this thaw in Bangladesh and India relations will remain for some time. But how we tackle, I am not very sure how we are going to tackle Bangladesh. But in my view, it is we have to work upon creating a space in Bangladesh with the supporters of Sheikh Hasina and also by creating some kind of neutral forces or forces akin to India adjacent to chicken neck, which we talk.
And I have also heard from some of the officers, from some of the military officers itself, that we were supporting Bangladesh even in the military matters. We have raised the military force there. Is it true, sir?
Yeah.
The India has gone and helped train the personnel and created a military there.
In 1971, we trained their people. We held them militarily, and after that also we keep on training their military and like we had good relation with Sheikh Hasina and their two boarding.
But now they themselves are becoming a kind of.
In my perception, they are. But
we can
they don't have that much of, I think, military power or the diplomatic say
to go against India.
Or geographic location is such that it is surrounded three ways, from three sides is surrounded by India only. So I think if we start having some, just as I told you before, something called diplomatic offensive. So we be little offensive on that side. And I'm not very sure in what way will be offensive, but diplomatic offensive is one, and trying to bend our ways with Bangladesh and twisting their tail also by not giving them economic help, stopping their trade, which we have already done. So in this manner,
if we treat them like that, maybe they don't have any other choice.
They don't. It accesses all through Bengal and all those areas, and it does not have a military. It is not a military power.
Correct.
So, but at the same time, again I am saying that we have to be on watch, and we have to create a buffer area where we get protection for our chicken neck.
Correct.
and creation of buffer area can be done. There are so many ways. I mean, if you are economic power, if you have a big military power, you can do so many things.
So when you were talking about North Eastern region, NER also, I have served there in Shillong. So there was lot of curfews going on. Every time in a week, 2 days we used to get off because of some curfew going on there and all that. And even if we have to come to Assam, from Shillong to Assam, we used to come via a convoy. We are fully secured. Fully secured, and we don't know what is happening. And even when we approached, me and my commanding officer, we approached several institutions there to celebrate the Independence Day, but they were not ready to hoist our flag. They don't feel they are Indians. I don't know why this
That was when?
Huh?
That was when?
2006, I can say. My first posting was in Shillong, so that time it was all like this.
Now things have changed a lot.
Now things
You
have
don't have
changed.
to go in a convoy when you go to Shillong,
When you go to Assam,
Assam, Guwahati, or
Guwahati,
Balochistan, maybe some problem in Manipur.
Now all these are
Nagaland.
taken care of.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
The
The Indian government and Indian forces or the Indian bureaucracy or whatever be the defects, but they have been very maturely been able to keep India together. Northeast problems have been now so much improved that you don't have run defensive convoys and all that. Sometimes somewhere it may be bad, like Manipur it was there. So, but and I was posted in Guwahati. It was like
any other peace station.
You go to Shillong, no problem. You go to Garo Khasi Jantia, no problem. There were nothing like that. Things have improved, and it is. I think we should give credit to whatever the governments have taken.
This Modi government has done a lot, I think.
Especially
Modi government, we have to really, he's doing a very good job.
So Modi government, I'll give him a lot of credit, but improvement was there before him also. It started few years back also. So the policies of the thing.
Just it came to my mind.
When you talk of government, the government consists of everybody, like whosoever, like bureaucrats, like defense, like whatso. So the government at that level. So I think things have improved quite a lot, and that's what the difference between how the military of Pakistan acts and how our military acts. Pakistan military is totally political, and they take decisions on a military thought process. Our decisions are based on a very mature thought process where military plays its role, bureaucracy plays its role, and political party plays its own role. So that's how, at a time when people used to think in Northeast is away from India, now Northeast people are very happy. You will find in Bangalore,
I found one thing there. The Khasis, the amount of humbleness that they have.
Yes.
They just bow down like this. When a senior officer comes, they completely bow down, sir. It is not this much.
Yes.
It is completely bowing from this thing. Yes.
You see in Bangalore, Bangalore, thousands of Northeast people are there. But I am asking you only, did you find so much of strength of Northeast people 15 years back, 20 years back? So this is how the country is getting integrated. So you are JNK, you Kashmiri people, you will not find them 20 years back, you will not find them in Bangalore, Pune or other places. But now you will find they are
everywhere. Kashmiris are there.
They are in IT industry, they are in business.
I have so many Kashmiri friends in Mumbai.
So this is how the country is getting integrated. There are forces which are trying to disintegrate, but from what we were few years back, we are in a better situation. Though yes, terrorism and all is going on, but not to that extent what it was in 90s. because I've seen.
Maybe I'm going off track. So let us come to the your offensive doctrine. You have already mentioned about that while answering my previous questions, but I want you to emphasize how do you define this doctrine in the Indian context, and how it can be operationalized without triggering a full-scale war.
You see, I was doing an int course, and there we had a presentation. So after the presentation, some questions are asked by the students. So one of the questions was ki, what we should do. That terrorism was those days 92, 93. I'm talking 1992. So what we can do to resist terrorism, or what?
That time extreme terrorism.
Yeah, 1992.
Yeah.
And that time I was in Rashtriya Rifles.
Oh.
1992. So this which I have been telling this time, that we have to be offensive. So the instructor there asked me ki, what do you mean by offensive? So I said, we have to have an offensive attitude. We don't have to wait for the terrorists to strike, or we don't have to wait for the other country to carry out its plan.
Right.
So my idea is that if they are sending people here, you send people across. You go across and kill them and come back. You create problems for them. For example, you are deployed along the border. Today you attack one post and let them make hue and cry. After some negotiations, you say okay.
Don't do that.
You said okay, it's okay. After 6 months, 7 months, again you attack another post, destroy that.
Yeah.
Then the way they say sorry to you, they do something, then say, oh, let's have negotiation, let's have independent, panel to find out who is culprit. These are not our men. You can also do the same thing. Oh, your people went across.
Like what they did about the ceasefire agreement, and again they.
They did Pehalgam Attack. Then they said, oh, we have not done it.
We haven't.
So let's have an independent panel to.
Yeah.
So you also go across, you kill them, destroy their post, and say, we have not done it. Whatever it is. Even if you fire artillery fire and you have destroyed post, let them cry. And when they cry, they say, oh, we'll see what has happened. And again after a few, that is my way.
Yeah.
And after around
But India is not in this.
Again 6 or 8 months, again it destroy another post.
Yeah.
Go across the border.
So they always have to be kept on tenterhooks.
Yes. So you carry out covert operations.
Correct.
So there used to be a terminology in my mind when I used to think about these things. So I had termed one thing like missile man.
Okay.
You fire a missile, no? So it goes and destroys. So I had termed a technology which I am talking today on record, because I never discussed this. Missile man.
Okay.
Missile means you cultivate men in enemy country who carry out your task. So why I am saying missile man? Because person is yours, but he is not here.
He goes there and destroys.
Goes there. Person is there only, and he is cultivated in such a manner that he creates
havoc there.
To the extent that people start saying, oh, let's stop this. So I am talking general in those terms. It may not be that bomb blast or some nuclear attack. I am saying that once you retaliate, so
maybe even psychologically he can go and break down. Break the people down.
Yeah. That is what offensive. Second thing is like offensive, diplomatic offensive, economic offensive. Squeeze your enemy.
Correct.
From every side. From economic side, from diplomacy side, from territorial side. Enemy is our friend. If Balochistan is enemy, give him resources.
But do you think, according to the Bharatiya Dharma, if you want to explain in those terms?
No, that is what mistake we did. Let me tell you one thing. If you read Vedas and in Mahabharata also, and in Ramayana also, they have given ethics of war. Like they have written something like, do not attack an unarmed person.
Okay.
If that person is having a sword and you are having a sword, then only attack him.
Okay.
If you are having a sword and if he is just having a danda or some other this thing, you are not supposed to attack him.
Okay.
So these ethics of war are mentioned in our scriptures or Vedas, if you read them.
Yes, correct.
So that is where we went wrong. Those ethics were for kings of this country. One king used to.
But when you go in the way
That's
of
what
the
I'm saying.
Chanakya Yuddha Niti or something like that.
Chanakya came later on.
That's something different.
Chanakya was that you have to destroy your enemy from roots.
From the roots.
What happened? Even when our kings were fighting, they were captured and they said sorry and they used to be left. Now this policy which we had, because of this policy, we lost. Ab you think of Muhammad Ghori.
How many times?
He was Muhammad.
17 times.
That is
Ghazni.
Ghazni.
That is Ghazni.
Muhammad Ghori was defeated by Prithviraj.
Correct.
And he left him because war ethics. The enemy has accepted defeat. Oh, let him go. But had he butchered him then and there only, and had he
Muslims wouldn't have had this much of
had he butchered the whole army.
Yes.
Had he butchered the whole army without thinking over ethics. Oh, our ethics were okay. Fight is over in the evening. Now night is ours. We will go and meet, and again in the morning people will be there. No, that the invaders didn't follow. So when they didn't follow,
we followed and they didn't follow. That's how we are in.
That's So had he killed Muhammad Ghori or had he killed his soldiers, butchered them thoroughly, the story would have been a different thing.
And he had the ability to do also. But then he didn't do.
Didn't do. So that's what I'm saying. I have to have that offensive attitude.
So even that offensive attitude is a dharma, because even in Bhagavad Gita, what he says, Uthao Shastra, though they are your
definitely. Though they are it is your duty. Your duty to do that.
Your duty to do that.
That's what.
But
there also they were following ethics.
Yes.
There also they were following ethics. Ki you will not attack unarmed person. You will not attack so and so. And you must be knowing Shikhandi, how he was used, because he was neither a man or neither woman. So you can't attack him. So there were
also some ethics.
Ethics.
Okay. But in today's kind of affairs, I don't think we have to follow the way Pakistan is.
No ethics. No question of ethics.
Right.
Nobody will listen to your ethics. It depends what enemy you. Where are the ethics? People are Ukraine, Russia. They are fighting. People bombarding, killing each other. So many innocents are being killed. Where are the ethics? Hamas and Israel. Because of what Hamas did, innocent people are being killed. 50,000 people killed. People are houseless. Where are the ethics? There are no ethics.
No ethics.
There are no ethics. So where are the ethics? When you are killing 26 people in Pahalgam, where are the ethics? You could have accepted had they attacked some military person who were armed and they fired at each other, still innocent people.
Still okay. But innocent citizens.
So if you don't have ethics, why should we think of ethics?
Right.
Why should we think of ethics?
Correct.
So there is saying that सठे साठम समाचरित दुष्ट जो व्यक्ति है या दुष्ट प्रदेश है या दुष्ट देश है, उसके साथ जब दुष्टता करोगे तभी सुधरेगा। तभी वो सोचेगा कि भाई मेरा तो बहुत नुकसान हो गया, और तब भी नहीं सुधरेगा जब तक उसे ये नहीं लगेगा कि अब मैंने फिर किया तो अभी और।
Again, he will not have the courage to come forward.
Even if he has the courage, he will think 10 times.
10 times.
Maybe इस बार तो हमारा बहुत ज्यादा नुकसान होगा।
Okay.
So this is what I say, that offensive doctrine. Be offensive. Be offensive in it. If somebody is trying to attack your dharma, be offensive. Somebody is trying to attack your country, be offensive. Somebody is trying to attack your women, be offensive.
Okay.
Just don't think अरे ठीक है, नहीं. We have to be offensive. And offensive does not mean you just take out weapon and kill. It should be in your personality.
So when we come to this post ceasefire, the way the Pakistanis behaved, they are not trustworthy, isn't it, sir?
Right.
Following that is, there is a lot of uncertainty. That's what we have seen. How do you believe India should navigate in the future with Pakistan with such an attitude? Who doesn't? I mean, you have told about all these just
No,
now,
that's what I'm
but
saying.
still I want you to elaborate on this aspect.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean there are so many people in the government just to be working on that. But my idea about is that definitely you can't trust. So you have to be constantly be on offensive. Again, I am saying. You have to
So what you say is instead of being
don't wait for something to happen.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you have to offensive. You have to be offensive in intelligence also.
Yeah.
Like I am surprised that those ponies riders, other Khatchar owners may be involved. The people say they are involved. So when the local people may be involved, our intelligence should, penetrate each and every section of the society.
Correct.
So that they know what is happening. Whether it is a tea shop owner, whether it is a pony owner, whether it is shikara owners, everywhere you have to, penetrate. And that's how you have to see that things are done. Secondly, negotiation with enemy country can be only powerful position. If you are weak, it is difficult to negotiate. So if you are powerful, you can negotiate. And hard retaliation.
And I think we have to be always on high alert.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Higher, definitely. So retaliation, alertness, intelligence, and your that squeezing the country from all sides, that has to be an ongoing process.
Correct.
That has to be an ongoing process. And definitely, as far as Pakistan is concerned, should not, believe it. You have to be very alert about it. And I feel that
they have made India bleed.
Yeah,
that's what.
So make them bleed. Make them bleed wherever you can.
Correct.
Make them bleed on all fronts. Make them bleed wherever you can. Why Pakistan is difficult to, I mean, you may not be very sure ki what is going to do next is because, as I told you before, it is a military which is running the show there.
Correct.
So military,
and they themselves are killing their own citizens.
Yes. And the military is always doing what favors them.
Correct.
Their perception of Pakistan becoming economically strong and strong in science technology is not there. Their perception is that they have to create a situation where India retaliates and then they tell Pakistan, see, we are your saviors. We can save you from India. Give us more money. Give us more funds.
This is also a kind of exploitation.
Yes. So the exploitation of Pakistan is being done by Pakistan Army and nobody else.
Oh, correct.
They are giving more and more money, more and more funds.
Right.
And they are not only exploiting Pakistan, they are exploiting like America and West European countries, because anytime they will say, give us more money, we will help you in this. You give more money, we will help you in this. So they have been squeezing money from them also.
From everywhere. Wherever they.
So you cannot believe it. Only thing is that you have to plan in a long term. How to disseminate. I mean disseminate, what is it? Dismember.
Dismantle.
I mean, you see, and
break
this country, and also a kind of, if you can bring that, if you can be successful in a situation where people of Pakistan do not consider military as their own. Now this is a very big thing which I am talking. If a country start thinking that my army is not mine, they are not exploiting us, so they will no way support their actions.
Okay.
And when it comes to that point, you can easily defeat that army.
There were times when civilians went against army, Pakistan army.
There was time.
Oh.
I mean, Pakistan has been always controlled by army. So, in 65 war, 71, so whenever army finds that its prestige is going down, they find a way to attack. Like Kargil, when they thought that these two countries are coming together, Nawaz Sharif and Prime Minister Atal Vajpayee. So they did Kargil. So they Kargil again, that enmity, the Gulf widened. And army thought that now country is behind them. And so is the Pahalgam. Their aim was to do this, and the prestige which they have been losing day by day, somehow they will be able to revive. They have been temporarily, but there is a difference now, because nowadays media is very active. So you can get what the truth is. So initially you can, hoodwink your country, but then slowly they will come to know what the army has done.
So, for example, when I talk about POK, Pak occupied Kashmir, so can we, now we have already attacked that, can our foot soldiers go there and occupy that and then
I don't have that.
I don't know.
I don't have that much of knowledge. But in this particular case, we have not moved our foot soldiers
at all. Yes.
And probably we were had Pakistan shown more aggressiveness, probably we could have.
Yeah.
And secondly is when you attack, you plan in a manner where you surprise the enemy, or which is more important. So if Pakistan has pumped in most of its forces in POK, maybe we don't attack POK, we attack somewhere else.
Okay.
Or it has some weak points somewhere else, weak points in POK, maybe we attack POK. So these things are there, but we have not gone to that extent where we mobilize the whole army to carry out an all-out onslaught.
We're still on a reactive mode, isn't it?
Yeah. So in the meantime, this ceasefire occurred, and there are situations, international situations, economic conditions. So many conditions are there that the government takes a decision on that aspect.
Right.
So definitely in Indian context, this foot soldier, armored infantry carry out.
So let me come to your favorite question, the Balochistan issue. There is a growing sentiment that India should openly support the Balochistan freedom movement to counter Pakistani's actions in Kashmir. What is your perspective on this?
Yeah, definitely. I'm of very firm opinion that whatever means we can. I don't know what the Indian government is thinking on that issue, but I personally feel whatever means we can, we should ensure that Balochistan gets separated from Pakistan.
Okay.
The moment you get it separated, 47% of Pakistan is gone. Depth of Pakistan is gone. Basically, it will win basically Punjab. Sindh is already having some problem, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa always having some problem. So the depth with Pakistan always dimmed off.
Okay.
In case of war with India, so that is gone. And in case we can have a security alliance with Balochistan in future. This is my thinking. In case you have a security alliance.
And you also said it is strategically placed.
Yeah, security alliance with Balochistan. And we keep our forces there. Or even if we not keep our forces, we have an alliance that in case of any war by any country on you, India is going to
protect you.
So it will be a constant thaw, on the western front of Pakistan. Second is Pakistan strategic importance. The situation, geographical situation is such that as I told you before, Iran one side, Afghanistan one side, access to Central Asian countries, all those things. So these Western countries or the US in particular have some interest
Okay.
But once Balochistan separates, so the Balochistan will be having its boundary with Afghanistan, with Iran, and it can also have ports. Gwadar port is already being developed. So the importance, strategic importance or military importance of Pakistan will be reduced to a drastic level.
So US interest was basically on the strategical position of Pakistan. Now it can divert to Balochistan. Yeah.
So if tomorrow US is to fight Afghanistan, it will probably contact Balochistan,
not Pakistan. Correct.
Understand? So that way things will, move in such a manner that Pakistan will lose importance, and when country loses importance, it loses assistance in international economic assistance, military assistance, all these things come into play. And secondly, Western Front is breathing on it, and Eastern Front, India is there. So it is sandwiched. And there are Afghanistan as it is not having good relations. So I think one should, or the Indian government, or what they are thinking, I am not very sure, but this is my thing.
This is your personal opinion.
This is my opinion, that whatever resources, whatever way, you just separate.
Okay.
And they are ready. Balochistan is ready. They are already said, we are independent nation, we want to be with India. Our history is with India.
Correct. Nice. So
history of Pakistan also with India.
With India only, but they have become very venomous.
I have for my opinion. If you have in Pakistan, if you ask individually, so many will say we want part of India.
Part of India.
But if you ask military, none will say that.
Yeah.
Because their bread and butter is enmity with India. Then bread and butter will go. If there is your India and Pakistan become friends. And that's how they keep on.
And we gave them their land, and they are going against us. This is very bad. As someone who has seen the challenges of national security from the front lines, what message would you like to give to our viewers, especially the young Indians? Maybe in terms of service or vigilance or patriotism.
I have been in army, but frankly speaking, I have not fought any war.
Yeah.
There were op alerts. I took part in them. Then some counterinsurgency, definitely.
Correct.
Operations I took part against militants and all. But as it is in any India and Pakistan war, I have not fought. But besides that,
the whole nation should have that.
Whole nation.
Yeah.
The economy of the country, the labor of the country, civil defense, and the mood of the country. If the mood of the country is not to fight a war, then morale of the troops will go down. If the mood of the country is, okay, you go ahead, we are with you, then definitely the morale of the...
That way they should support.
Yeah,
the citizens should say that we are always with you.
Always with you.
Yes.
One thing is this, I just want to tell you that, you see, when I was doing a course, there was a question, war is science or humanity?
Okay.
So somebody said science, somebody said humanity. Though I didn't answer, but I feel it is science as well as humanity. How science? Because when you deal with equipment, when you deal with, the science involved in aircraft or so many equipment, it's a science. But man behind this equipment, which is science, is the soldier.
It's a human.
It is a man. And when it comes to leadership, if your leadership is good, then this average man also will perform well.
Yes.
So now this leadership quality, what I said humanity, not humanity, I am saying art. So war is in science as well as art.
Okay.
So this art of leadership, how to motivate your man to die for the nation or die for the cause or to face the enemy onslaught is what is called art. That leadership quality, how you motivate, that is art. Science aspect is there, but at the same, it is an art.
Such a difficult situation.
Yeah.
Like motivating for death is something it is not.
Once you are on battlefield, it automatically comes.
It
the unit spirit is like that. So if a unit is moving for war, that time the unit spirit is the maximum.
And if the whole unit with Josh it is moving, that time nothing matters.
Yes,
the life
the honor of your unit, honor of the country, that is there. That time you don't think. Once you go on an assault, you don't think. So it is there. So now I am talking of morale. Morale. So if the country supports the defense forces, morale will always be high. And when the morale is high, the things will move in a much better manner. And a soldier will fight with full dedication. He will not bother. He will say, my nation is with me.
Soldier is always
my nation is with me.
Yes.
Even if I die, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that kind of thing. Yes. And also about vigilance and patriotism. That should be there.
Everything.
If he is supporting the defense, naturally he is a patriot.
Definitely. So everybody has to be patriot.
And everybody has to be vigilant also. Any actions which are not.
Definitely. What I will say is that, see, out of 24 hours in a day, just give 10 seconds for your nation. My personal opinion.
Correct.
I mean, just think that I belong to India and I will fight for India.
Okay.
Like thinking this for 10 minutes in a day is more than enough to make a patriot. Because this feeling will sink into you. Even if 5 seconds if you think that I am Indian, I will fight for my country. You don't have to take up guns. You don't have to take up. This feeling only will create an environment where you will feel that I am strong. See, I am in civil dress. This is psychology. The moment I put on uniform, I become brave. I am ready to go to border and fire. So this aspect of thinking that I will not let down my country, I will fight for it, whether you go to borders or not. This only feeling will create an environment.
One more thing I want to ask you, this is out of my curiosity, because many people feel that war is destruction and they contemplate whether there should be a war or whether peace. And now at this situation, I mean, war may also happen between India and Pakistan. So what is your opinion on this, sir? Many have written books also on this.
Many have written books. And I know
Tolstoy's War and Peace and so many books. Yes. So what is your personal opinion on this?
I have not read many books, but I have my opinion. And my opinion is war is there from the day the human has taken birth.
Okay.
War is part of life in every sphere of life.
Even in the Ramayana period, there was war.
Not only that, when you came on earth, you were fighting with animals. I know you were afraid of animals, so you used to group and kill them. Protect. Then you are fighting with them, killing them. Then there were war between clans. There were war between tribes. War between two families. I mean, this word war is never going to go away from this word until there is no human being on the earth.
Okay.
As long as
it's basically violent, I think, human.
No, see. Life is very complex. Complex means
he has
somewhere you have a warrior, somewhere you have kind, somewhere very affectionate, somewhere you are anger,
somewhere very compassionate.
At the other time you are just opposite.
Yes.
So these situations are going to vary and you are going to react accordingly.
Okay.
So as far as war is concerned, war either can never be total peace. This is my perception of what you can try your best. War is going to be there, and that's why the countries prepare for war to maintain peace. I'll just give you an example. Had we not military been so strong, had we not these missiles, had we not fired these missiles, had we been as a small country as Pakistan, and had Pakistan been as a big country as India, do you think we would have been independent by now? They would have run over. because their thought process is different. They believe in creating
They believe in violence, and we believe in non-violence.
So, all these invaders, Genghis Khan,
even the Mughals,
Mughals and all. So they were for war, and had we said peace, nobody
would have destroyed completely. There wouldn't have been
nobody
India at all. Yeah.
Nobody will spare us.
Yes. So what is necessary here?
So war, whether necessary or not,
necessary evil.
You can say it is necessary evil.
Yeah.
And we have to prepare ourselves for the necessary evil, depending on what threat perception is there. We are not going to fight America. We are not going to fight China. So not in the way, but the way Pakistan is, we may fight anything. So that's what I am saying. So to have peaceful life, to give peace to our citizens, to give peaceful life to our citizens, we have to be prepared for war. And if it will break out, then we have to face it. We have to retaliate.
Correct.
So that's what I am saying. So war will always be there, form by change.
Yeah, that's a wonderful perspective that you gave to the people with this.
And the more you prepared, more peaceful you are. So war and peace are connected.
They are hand in glove.
I'm telling you now, if you have a sentry standing in front of your house, you will be more peaceful.
So secure.
You are secure and you will sleep.
Sleep well.
But that sentry represents a soldier only.
Correct.
So the same person, if he is protecting your country, you sleep better. And let me tell you, the country which spends money on their soldiers or in their army are economically better than those who do not. I'm not generalizing it. You see America, their war material and their economy, Russia, China, so many countries. Some other countries which do not have, they have some understanding with the powerful country. If I am attacked, you save us.
Like even North Korea is coming.
So
it's becoming very powerful.
So when defense forces protect you, then your life is not safe.
Correct.
Your economy is safe. Your trade is safe. Your general life is safe.
The citizens of the country will sleep when the soldiers are bleeding there in the war.
You can say
that kind of
bleeding in case of war. But as long as you have a force
air missiles
to protect you, as long as you have a force there to ward off any aggression, so you have peace in the country. If you have peace in the country, you have good trade in the country.
Correct.
You have booming economic activities in the country. So, like Ukraine, it has been destroyed. It was one of the great economies. It has very good. It has a great economy or good economy, but it is destroyed. Where is the economy? No economic activity. So many examples. So that's what I'm saying.
So one last question to you, sir. I can say you are a poet in uniform. So many may not know what lies behind the soldier's uniform. So I have seen you have been a poet, you have been a tabla artist, you have many other artistic views. So if you have to recite one or two of your ghazals or poems that reflect maybe your experience or the love for the nation, can you sing a poem, sir?
See, I write, but at this juncture I have written few lines, but I'll just say just few lines.
You can sing it, sir.
No, I will not sing.
Singer, I know.
I will not sing. I'll just say something which pertains to our discussion.
Correct.
And especially the offensive doctrine which I discussed with you.
Right.
So I will say like this. You must have seen people saying, हम देश के लिए सर कटा देंगे, हम देश के लिए जान दे देंगे. तो मैं उसको कुछ इस तरह रख रहा हूँ कि अपना सिर कटाने की मत सोच, अपना सिर कटाने की मत सोच, दुश्मन का सिर काटना सीख. अपना सिर कटाने की मत सोच, दुश्मन का सिर काटना सीख, अपनी जान देने की मत सोच, दुश्मन की जान लेना सीख.
जान लेने को
सीख. ऐ मेरे हिंद के सपूतों, दुश्मन का इंतजार मत कर,
हाँ.
दुश्मन को घर में घुस के मारना सीख.
Very nice. I salute.
ऐ मेरे हिंद के सपूतों,
हाँ.
दुश्मन का इंतजार मत कर,
हाँ.
दुश्मन को घर में घुस के मारना सीख.
Correct. So, Colonel Chaturvedi sir, it was so nice interacting with you, and this is also my favorite subject, though I don't know much about it, and you have given a lot of insights and lot of morale to the citizens, I can say, with your last, even that, those 4 lines of this thing.
So
And,
they may, you know, we used to discuss in NCC battalion all these
Yes.
things, and I may not. There are so many people who are much more learned than me. They have read so much. They are very high posts. But what I talk to you, basically, what my thought process is, basically, because we all think about the nation.
Yes.
You also think, me also think, everybody in the country
Everybody
think.
thinks
So
about
I am generally what I think about various aspects. So I have told you, and in the end, I will just say ki in there is saying that dharmo rakshati
Rakshitaha. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha.
धर्मो रक्षति
Rakshitaha.
रक्षिता. दिस मीन्स जो धर्म की रक्षा करता है, धर्म उसकी रक्षा करता है.
Correct.
इसके मतलब ये है कि आप अगर प्रेजेंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट में देखें तो अगर किसी एनिमी कंट्री ने हमारे ऊपर अटैक किया तो हमारा धर्म है, राष्ट्र धर्म है कि हम उसको जवाब दें.
जवाब दे.
तो जो हमने राष्ट्र धर्म मतलब अपना धर्म निभाया, तो उस धर्म को निभाने में किसकी रक्षा हुई? हमारी रक्षा.
हमारा रक्षा.
तो अगर हमने धर्म को निभाया और धर्म की रक्षा की, तो वही धर्म ने हमारी भी रक्षा करी. सो इस तरह से वी शुड ऑलवेज फॉलो कि इफ वी प्रोटेक्ट आवर धर्म, धर्म विल प्रोटेक्ट अस.
Yes, it was so nice talking to you, and let's have such conversation often.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It is nice to
Yeah.
converse on various topics.
Yes. Thank you.
Though we may not all agree.
Correct.
Many people may not agree with my idea.
Yeah, we are just giving our opinion.
Our opinion and discussing the matter.
Some can always, give their feedback about.
Some may agree,
about
some may come out, some may say, oh, he has come out with a new idea. It's good what he says.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.